Without further ado, Michele Daaé.
Thank you so much, and it's been a great first year for me here at TRP and meeting all of you and working with you. Today I'm going to talk about the role of nonprofits in our business community and how you can help them to fulfill their mission. So why do nonprofits exist? Number one, they're here so that they can help conquer very massive scale problems such as the fight against cancer or AIDS. They also help to fill the gaps where our government provides services. They also help to be the voice for the voiceless when they can't speak for themselves. And they also help to create a market that doesn't exist. So how do you monetize friendship, compassion, love, and support? And that's where the question comes back to you, because you help to create that market with your heart, through love, and through your finances, through your checkbooks and your donations. And that is all done through the act of philanthropy. Philanthropy is that market. It's the market of love. And that's how you help to fund the nonprofits and help them fulfill their missions. In our business today, there's a double standard. You have for-profit businesses that work with one set of rules, and then the nonprofit community that has an entirely different set of rules. They are expected to have no overhead or very low overhead, but still get their work done. That they should be operating with low expenses. And it hurts them in many areas, such as in compensation. They can't always bring on the best talent to help them fulfill their mission if they can't pay competitive salaries, especially for the regions where they're located. It hurts them in marketing and advertising because, again, a lot of donors have been thought, if they're spending money on these things, maybe you want to donate to someone else. It also hurts them in research and development because for-profit businesses, they can take some of the money they made and put it into a project to try something new. Nonprofits, that's really frowned upon because when they receive money, their donors or their funders want to see results right away. So they don't have time to show the results that their income is producing. And they also, there is no market to attract capital for them. There is no NASDAQ for nonprofits. You'll never see a nonprofit go out and issue an IPO to raise money. So we have to overcome that. And when you're out there in the community and you're looking for a place to put your money to do good, please, I hope that you look at their impact and what difference they're making, not only their bottom line. With nonprofits, if there is no profit, guess what? There is no mission. They can't do their work. They need to have money coming in. That's where I come in. As you can see, my slogan up there is putting the profits back in nonprofits. And that's what I help startups do. I get them on the track for success. I use my for-profit business background. I've started many different companies in many different areas, and I take all of the systems that I've created for those businesses and try to show them how to do it for their nonprofit so they start thinking like a business owner. This is what my typical nonprofit client looks like. It's people who are already doing great work, but they're doing it at their kitchen table with a friend. They're doing it part-time in the evenings after their full or part-time job, after the kids have gone to bed, on the weekends. And most of the time, they're using their extra money, things that you and I would spend on going on a vacation or going to the movies. They're rolling it back into their good work and getting it started and up and off the ground. So I just told you about the myths and the two standards. So how would a brand new startup, nonprofit, usually they don't come with that much business experience and they're not entrepreneurs, or at least they don't consider themselves entrepreneurs. How do they succeed? And that's where they need a coach or a mentor like me. I am the fuel for their passion. I help them take their passion, which is all over the place, and I help them pull it together and streamline it. We start with a strategy that's written down with attainable goals and dates when they have to be completed. I also help them to get $10,000 a month in a marketing grant for nonprofits so they can promote their business. And still, since it's a grant, it's not contributing to their overhead costs. We also do this by creating sustainable income where they're not solely dependent upon grants and donations, that their organization has a way to create its own money so it's sustainable and money they can count on each month. I also show them how to do unique ways to fundraise and think outside of the box to try things that are new and to go out and seek capital in unique ways to help fund their mission. I also show them about data, how to collect it so that they can show the results and know how to present it to their donors so they can express the impact that they've had on their community. And my biggest thing, I love building their team of superheroes, because without that, it's only them and they're overwhelmed. They need a strong board, and every member on that board has to have their unique superpower power to help them. And how do I do this? I do this through, I do startup meetups around the country. I teach nonprofits how to write their business plan, how to put a strategy in place, how to find out who their perfect donor is. And those are all done free, and it's a great intro for people to sit down with me, see my learning style, see if we can work together, and then we can always move on. I also do 50-minute nonprofit blueprint strategy sessions. These are fee-based. However, the client gets to tell me exactly what is their challenge right now, what is their stumbling block, and we can chip away and break it down into little bite-sized chunks with goals so that they can get it finished and then move on to the next task. I also do online workshops, and this is for anyone around the country. It's an 8-week intensive, and it's everything soup to nuts to start your nonprofit. From writing your mission statement to building your board, to figuring out how do you start your website? What templates do you use? Quick fundraising, nonprofit revenue streams, and then going into the 501c3 application process, which is really quite overwhelming. But at the end of the 8 weeks, if they haven't already submitted it, it's going to be complete. It has all of the components, and they can send it off to become an established business. And I hope that helps you know a little bit about more of the market that I serve and the nonprofit startups that I like to work with. Thank you. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them for you.
Thanks, Michele.